The Dragon Balls. They can grant any wish to anyone, and without them, the Z Fighters would have failed a long time ago. Goku would have been gone and the Earth would have been in a lot of trouble. But where do these mysterious orbs come from? That's what we're gonna find out. Hey, how's it going? My name is Raf and welcome to Dragon Ball Code. You probably know what the Dragon Balls are, but just in case you don't know, the Dragon Balls are those special items that they always use to revive people. There are 7 of them, and each one has a star that represents a number, from 1 to 7. There are about the size of a baseball, and when they are all collected, they summon a dragon that can grant any wish. Once that wish is granted, the Dragon Balls fly up in the air and scatter across the planet. And they turn into stone for some time before they can be used again. But where do these originally come from? To find out the origin of these magical balls, we have to go back in time many years. But first, if you would love to have a set of Dragon Balls, hit that like button. The first Dragon Balls were created over 100 million years before Goku was even born. These were the Super Dragon Balls, created by the dragon god Zalama. He made them with the power to grant any wish without limitations, and these Dragon Balls are huge, being as big as a planet. With them being this big, it only makes sense that they were created to be used by celestial beings, being so powerful that they could easily move the Dragon Balls from one place to another and speak the language of the gods. And after their creation, they were scattered in between Universe 6 and 7. Many years after that, the Super Dragon Balls were found by the Namekians. They seemed like they had knowledge about them and could have possibly been looking for them. Once they found the Dragon Balls, they chipped pieces off from the balls and brought them back to Namek. Over there, Guru used the pieces that they had brought and was able to replicate them in a much smaller scale. These are close to the size of a basketball. He created the model of a dragon and performed a ritual to bring it to life, and he gave life to the dragon by making some sort of connection with its own life. Therefore, if Guru dies, Purunga, which is the name of his dragon, vanishes as well. I think that this moment had to have been a few years after the natural disaster that wiped out every Namekian except for him and the nameless Namekian who later became Kami. I say this because if he had the Dragon Balls by then, he could have just wished for everyone who had died to be brought back to life. But instead, him and himself had to repopulate the planet by laying as many eggs as he possibly could. Then maybe when his sons became much older, they started looking for the Super Dragon Balls. Or maybe he had the Dragon Balls before, but after the disaster took place, Guru didn't have the means to gather all the Dragon Balls by himself, so he wasn't able to use them. Yeah, I think that this makes more sense since Kami had to have seen or heard and learned how the Dragon Balls and the whole ritual was done, because later he was able to make them. That must have been horrible, knowing that you can revive everybody, but you're in a situation where you can't do anything. So, disaster strikes on Namek, and the nameless Namekian is sent away so that he can survive. He landed on Earth and later became Kami. This is when he decided to use his knowledge of the Dragon Balls and create his own set with the help of Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo created the model for the dragon, and Kami took care of the rest. His Dragon Balls ended up being the size of a baseball, much smaller than the Namekian ones, and maybe that had to do with the fact that he didn't have the other Dragon Balls or any part of Dragon Balls, and he just had to create them from scratch. Or maybe he just decided to make them like that. From there, the rest is history, and the Z Fighters start using the Dragon Balls whenever they have a chance. If you enjoyed this and you would like to support my channel, please check out my Patreon page in the description below, and of course, if you like Dragon Ball content, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I post a new video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.